Welcome all. This episode of Retro Gamer Nation is the first installment of our C64 Game Roundup series, where we take some time to look at new Commodore 64 games that are either in development or have games that have recently been released but have not received a full review treatment by RGN. So let's get started with a couple of previews. The first preview game we will look at is Looter, currently being developed by Marvin Hardy. The backstory to this flip screen platform game is that you play the role of a looter who comes across an abandoned castle full of riches, but stealing the gold won't be easy, as our thief will quickly discover why it's abandoned. Looter is still in early development, but when finished it is expected to contain a game world consisting of over 200 screens. Hopefully the finished game will be able to provide something new to a tie genre, but for now we can see that the game controls are responsive and the graphics are looking quite nice thanks to its background detail, and the music soundtrack is strong. Paul Nichols is also working on a flip screen platform game, but he's looking to differentiate its game offering with the ability to have your character walk up and slide down walls. The early game preview stands out with its graphical style utilising a mini lead character, providing a greater sense of spatial freedom. Controls are good, and playing this platformer is a little more interesting than many of its peers. I understand that Paul will be adding more elements to the game such as keys and locked doors, and looking for other ideas to ensure that his game does not fall into just another platform category. Now let's take a look at some new releases. Stircore XD, developed by C64 CD, is one of the latest entrants to the RGCD 16K cartridge competition. The game is a horizontal shoot 'em up featuring some impressive large background and foreground graphics and fast smooth scrolling. While the game excels visually and sonically, it is let down in the ever important gameplay department, as the level design lacks depth, resulting in a somewhat dull and unrewarding shooting experience. Robot Rumble, released by Magic Eric from Digital Monastery, is another submission to the RGCD 16K cartridge competition. The game sees you being sent to different planets guiding broken robots through various hazards with the help of two big magnets, and into the lava to be destroyed. The magnets have a limited battery charge, so you need to act quick. You will probably want to use the keyboard to control the two magnets, as using the joysticks for this can feel somewhat confusing. Robot Rumble is a somewhat fun puzzle game that is enhanced by some great music soundtracks and its high-res graphical style. Definitely worth taking a look at it. No Pixie is a nonogram puzzle game for Commodore 64 with 100 unique puzzles to solve. To those who haven't come across it before, a nonogram is a puzzle that tells how many squares are in each row and columns of a picture. If there are multiple groups in a column or row, this is indicated by multiple numbers for the same column or row. The game is developed by Space Moguls and has been created as another entry for the 2019 RGCD 16KB cartridge competition. While it did initially take me a little while to figure out how to play it, No Pixie had me hooked by the time I completed the third puzzle, and has since seen me spend many hours in the game. This is a sleeper game that many will be surprised by its addictiveness, and really good at filling in the odd spare 30 minutes of free time every now and then. And the final submission to the RGCD competition is Topia DX by Richard Bayless from TND. Topia is a fast-paced horizontal shooter that features 8 levels of alien blasting mayhem, atmospheric soundtracks and arcade-quality sound effects. Going back to my earlier comments on Stircore, Blastopia's game level designs carry a level of sophistication with proper enemy waves and the additional objective of shooting complete waves in order to pick up a camel that goes to fulfilling your level quota. Nothing groundbreaking here, but still somewhat fun to play. Man Cave is a single-screen arcade platform game featuring 5 levels and 2 bonus stages, which sees you play the role of Richard, who's come home one evening to find that his 2 bratty kids have snuck into his man cave and uncovered his secret stash of adult magazines, and spread them all around the house for Richard's wife to find. Your job is to guide Richard around the house to collect all his magazines whilst avoiding family members before his rising stress reaches the levels to where it will result in fatal consequences. The game, developed by the Megastyle team, has just been released this weekend via Cytronic Software. We previewed the near full version of Man Cave back in February and found it to be quite a fun game to play due to a whole lot of anticipation building up from seeing where magazines will be randomly placed on screen and waiting to see where family members will appear from the side of the platforms. The 80s style dad joke humour is quite endearing and adds character to the game. As a bonus, a mini game called Doxter's Digger has been bundled in with Man Cave. To finish off the first episode of our C64 game roundup series, I will leave you with footage previewing Run Demon Run, an eternal runner game developed by the Icon 64 team that is technically very impressive and sure to please those that are fans of the genre.